The Resilience Across Borders podcast is intended for education, support, and inspiration. I am not a psychologist or a medical doctor and do not offer any professional, medical, or health advice. If you are dealing with or suffering from any psychological or medical conditions, please seek help from a qualified health professional. Hello and welcome back to Resilience Across Borders podcast. I'm your host, Rachid Zahidi, and also author of the Gym Journal. And today we are going to talk about emotional independence versus emotional isolation. In other ways, finding the healthy balance. In a culture that increasingly celebrates self-sufficiency, the line between emotional independence and emotional isolation has quietly kind of blurred. So many people pride themselves on, quote, needing no one, wearing detachment like armor. But beneath that armor is often something less empowering, and that can be disconnection, avoidance, and unmet emotional needs. True strength is not found in shutting people out. It's found in being whole in your own on your own while still being open to connection. So this is the balance. You can stand alone without choosing to be alone. So what is emotional independence? It is the ability to regulate your own emotions, maintain your identity regardless of others' opinions, and feel secure without constant validation. It is grounded in self-trust, not self-isolation. So what it looks like is you enjoy connection, but don't depend on it to feel worthy. You can sit with difficult emotions without immediately seeking distraction. You choose relationships from alignment, not fear of loneliness. So what is emotional isolation? Emotional isolation is often disguised as independence, but it's fundamentally different. It is avoidance of vulnerability, resistance to relying on others, emotional withdrawal as a defense mechanism. It is grounded in fear, not strength. So what does it look like? It looks like I don't need anyone, becomes a default belief. It looks like difficulty opening up, even to trustworthy people, feeling alone, even when surrounded by others. So the core difference is emotional independence says I can handle myself and I choose connection. Emotional isolation, on the other hand, says I have to handle everything alone. So one expands your world, the other shrinks it. So now that we've covered that, let's talk about strategies to build emotional independence without slipping into isolation. Each of the following strategies is designed to strengthen internal stability while preserving a healthy connection. So number one, build emotional self-regulation without suppression. Being emotionally independent doesn't mean shutting down emotions. It means processing them internally before projecting them externally. So a practical use is to pause before reacting. Say when triggered, take 90 seconds before responding. Let the emotional spike pass before, say, speaking. Also, an important skill is to name the emotion. Instead of I feel off, say, okay, I feel rejected or I feel anxious. Whatever it is, try to actually name and label the emotion, because when you name it and when you label it, it actually reduces its intensity because you know what you are dealing with and what you're looking at, and what you're feeling, what you're talking about. And that already takes a lot of the power off of it it will have over you. Number two, differentiate needs versus dependency. So needing connection is human. Depending on it from identity is where imbalance begins. So again, to put this in practical terms, check the source. Ask yourself, am I reaching out to share or to be rescued? Also, delay validation seeking. If you want reassurance, wait 10 or 15 minutes and first self-soothe before reaching out. Number three, maintain a strong internal identity. Emotional independence requires a stable sense of self that doesn't fluctuate based on others' reactions. So have your own identity anchors. You can write down 5 core values. For instance, okay, integrity, growth, resilience. These are just examples. Core values differ from one person to another. And then whatever your core values are, revisit them when you feel uncertain. Let them be your guiding light. Also, you can practice, maybe call it a solo decision practice. You make small decisions, whatever it is, plans, purchases, priorities, without consulting anyone to strengthen self-trust. You start with this first to practice that muscle and to build that confidence and that trust in self. Number four, practice selective vulnerability. Isolation avoids vulnerability. Independence uses it wisely. You don't need to open up to everyone about everything, but you must open up to someone about certain things. Have a trust hierarchy or ladder. Start by sharing low stakes or thoughts with someone and gradually increase that based on how you develop that trust and how you see that they respond. Also, maybe you can practice having one honest conversation per week. Commit to expressing something real, a concern, a fear, a need, to a trusted person. Number five, learn to sit with discomfort alone. If you cannot be with yourself, you will either cling onto others or avoid them entirely. So you can practice, say, a 10-minute emotional process and sit without distractions and observe your thoughts and bodily sensations without trying to fix them. You can also do a journaling prompt of what am I feeling right now? What might this emotion be? Or what might this emotion try to tell me? Number six, create a balanced support system, not an emotional crutch. There's a big difference. Emotionally independent people still rely on others, but not excessively or unconsciously. So diversify your support sources. Don't rely on one person for everything. Have different people for different forms of support, friend, mentor, coach, and ask, but don't expect. Instead of assuming someone should show up, clearly communicate your needs. And also understand sometimes when something is too much for someone. Number seven, watch for isolation disguised as strength. Isolation often feels like control, but it comes at the cost of connection, growth, and emotional depth. There is the warning signs. If you see you avoid sharing struggles because it feels like weakness, if you notice you feel safer alone, but also more disconnected, if you pride yourself on not needing anyone, but feel and seen, these are some of the warning signs. And so do a reality check question. Is this independence or am I protecting myself from being hurt? Or do a re-engagement challenge. Reach out to one person you trust, even if it feels uncomfortable. Number eight, redefine how you see strength. Strength is not emotional invulnerability. It is emotional flexibility. It's the ability to stand alone when needed, lean on others when appropriate, move between both states fluidly. So reframe the thought, replace a thought like I shouldn't need anyone with a thought of healthy people both give and receive support. And you can also model behavior. Observe emotionally strong individuals. They are often open, not closed. The goal is not independence or dependence. It is interdependence. This is where you are grounded in yourself. It's a balancing act. You are open to others. You neither cling nor withdraw. It is the space where the healthiest relationships and the strongest individuals exist. So, emotional independence is not about building walls, it's about building a foundation because the strongest version of you is not the one who stands alone at all costs. It's the one who can stand alone but doesn't really have to. So as always, thank you for tuning into the Resilience Across Borders podcast. Please share the podcast, review it, follow the socials or the blog at resilience.com. That is one central place where you can find the links to the episodes and everything else. So remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to others and stay resilient.